Hello everyone, Lisa began, her tone warm and welcoming. My name is Lisa, and today, I want to tell you a story, my story, about how I learned to speak English confidently. I'll share every step I took so that you can follow the same path if you're on this journey too. Let's start at the beginning. I grew up in a small town where English wasn't commonly spoken. For years, I dreamed of speaking it fluently, but every time I tried, I'd freeze. The words were stuck in my head, but they just wouldn't come out right. Honestly, it was frustrating, and I avoided speaking English because I feared making mistakes. Then one evening, I found an old notebook. On the first page, in my 12-year-old handwriting, were the words, "My dream, to learn English and speak like a native." That moment changed everything. I decided it was time to stop dreaming and start doing. I made a plan with 6 simple steps that transformed my life. Let me walk you through them. Step 1. Build vocabulary. Lisa smiled as she continued, "I realize that words are the foundation of any language. So, I started learning 5 new words every day. I wrote them on sticky notes and placed them everywhere, on my mirror, refrigerator, and even my phone screen. For example, my mirror said confident, my fridge said delicious, and my phone said opportunity. Whenever I learned a new word, I tried to use it in a sentence immediately. I even started playing vocabulary games online, which made learning so much fun. The best part, every new word felt like unlocking a door to a bigger world." Step 2. Understand grammar. Next came grammar, Lisa said, her eyes twinkling. Now, I know grammar can feel overwhelming, but I approached it differently. I didn't aim for perfection, I focused on understanding the basics. I learned about tenses, articles, and prepositions first. I made mistakes, of course. Like one time, I said, "I am go to the market." I laughed it off and corrected myself, "I am going to the market." I realized mistakes aren't failures, they're lessons. And with each mistake, I got better. Step 3. Listen and absorb. Lisa leaned forward, her voice filled with excitement. Listening was a game changer for me. I started with English podcasts and audiobooks, even though I didn't understand everything at first. I also watched movies with subtitles. At the beginning, I paused every few seconds, rewinding to catch the words I missed. But over time, I found myself understanding entire scenes without subtitles. I also sang along to my favorite English songs. It didn't matter if I hit the right notes, what mattered was that I practiced pronunciation and rhythm. Step 4. Practice speaking. This was the hardest step for me, Lisa admitted. Speaking English felt like stepping onto a stage with everyone watching, ready to judge. But I knew I had to face my fear. I joined a language exchange app and started talking to people around the world. My first message was simple: "Hi, I'm Lisa. Can we practice English?" When someone replied, I was both excited and nervous. To build confidence, I also talked to myself at home. I'd narrate my day, give pretend speeches, and even practice conversations in front of the mirror. Slowly but surely, my fear disappeared. Step 5. Read and write regularly. Reading and writing became my daily habits, Lisa said. I started with children's books, then moved on to short stories and novels. Reading taught me new words and helped me understand how sentences are structured. I also kept a journal. Every night, I wrote about my day in English. At first, the sentences were short and simple, but they got better with time. Writing became my favorite way to express myself. Step 6. Celebrate mistakes and keep going. Lisa smiled warmly. Finally, I learned to embrace my mistakes. I used to feel embarrassed when I got something wrong, but then I realized that every mistake is an opportunity to improve. To track my progress, I recorded myself speaking. Listening to those recordings showed me how far I'd come. Whenever I felt discouraged, I reminded myself of one thing: progress, not perfection. The results. Lisa's voice grew softer, filled with pride. After months of dedication, something incredible happened. One day, I had a full conversation in English without hesitating. I understood every word, and the other person understood me. I couldn't believe it. I had finally achieved what I once thought was impossible. Now, people ask me, "Lisa, how did you learn English so well?" And I tell them, it wasn't magic. It was just 6 simple steps: building vocabulary, understanding grammar, listening, speaking, reading, and writing, done consistently over time. A message for you. Lisa leaned closer, her eyes meeting the audience's. If you're on this journey, I want you to remember something important. It's okay to feel scared. It's okay to make mistakes. What matters is that you keep going. Start small. Learn a few words, try a simple sentence, and don't give up. I'm living proof that anyone can learn English if they stay patient and consistent. If I can do it, so can you. Thank you for listening to my story. Now, it's your turn to write your own.